The prophet unto nations back at you. All praises to the Most High Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. I'm going to tag this video as Kraig checks Corey Holcomb. Kraig checks Corey Holcomb. But we're going to dive deeper into it, okay? Let me play this.
Did they really stop the SNAP, or did they?
The what?
The food stamps and shit. Did they stop it?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's cold blooded. See, like, a lot of people like, man, just go and take it. They like, nah. I feel like if you black, you should be able to live on the county and have free housing for your entire life, nigga. We owe hundreds of years of free labor. You know what I mean? Sexual abuses, all kind of motherfucking rape child siblings. And, you know, we anything we get for free, I say take it, man. Fuck that bullshit, man.
I mean, like, if it's a lick there, it's a lick there. But now that the lick ain't there, the free ain't there, well, let me ask you a question. This is what I wanted to get into, and I'm going to get into it, Darlene and Kraig. Can we be honest about how we feel that people aren't able to get the government handout? Like, is that putting y'all on the spot to ask y'all? No. How do you feel about it? Hey, and
it ain't a handout.
Abe and Nail, find me a picture of how the women used to.
See, Kraig came out hitting because evidently he saw last week's show, right? Corey talking about it, and he came out saying, "No, I don't agree with what you said. I don't agree with what you said at all. We need to get this." So that's his way of checking Corey, not going along with Corey. And for a lot of people that be in the comments that's always talk about Kraig as a yes man, no, he's proven right here he's not a yes man. So he's checking Corey, so to speak. However, is Kraig right on this? To a certain extent. Yes, we know this nation enslaved us for 400 plus years. Yes, we know that. We know this wicked Babylonian system, this matrix system is steady oppressing us as a people. Yes, we know this. We understand that they are lying to us and they have pillaged the land. They have conquered through bloodshed, have committed all type of atrocities against our people, against our forefathers. Yes, we know that. And do they owe us reparations? Yes, we know that. But this is the kicker. You have to be very delusional to expect your oppressors, the one that enslaved you, the one that took our book and came up with all type of lying ass religion. You got to be very delusional to keep looking to them to help you. Huh? Understand this. And I know a lot of you gonna get mad at me, but this is the reality. Okay. And you got a lot of people in the comments talking about Kraig speaking facts. He's no. We dealing with truth. The truth. You hear me? We're dealing with truth. Truth supersedes facts. This is what you got to understand. Okay? And the truth is, you're delusional if you're looking for this wicked system to continue to help you out. But the truth is, it made us as a people weaker, made us more lame, made us more immobile, made us more paralyzed in what we should be doing for ourselves. You understand me? It's wicked. And when you look at the mindset, when you look at the actions, when you look at the lifestyle of a lot of people that's on government assistance, which is supposed to be assisting you in your, struggle, not for you to fully depend on it. But this assistance that has been put in place have taken the so-called black man and the so-called black woman community further down into degradation. You mean to tell me because they took away SNAP, a great many of our people is complaining, a great many of our people is in bad shape? Huh? That's go to show you that they gave you this to only further handicap you. to further handicap you. And when they give something to you and take it away, they don't do nothing but create more chaos and make you more dependent upon them. And when you become more dependent upon them, they can use that to manipulate you and control your actions. They can use that to keep you docile. Okay? Now, I agree to a certain extent. Yes, they owe us this, but I'm not that stupid. I'm not that delusional to think that they're going to give us this. No, they're not. And you very delusional if you're going to continue to look to the government that hates you, to continue to look to the government that don't like you, to continue to look to the government that's putting all these policies in place that's really against you. Okay? It's time out for us looking for, it's time out for us looking for a handout. We need to be looking for a hand up. And the only way for us to get a hand up is for us to come together. You hear me? And build our own, support our own. That's what they did in the 60s. All right? But I'm going to play this sermon. I believe this sermon was preached in the late 60s from C.L. Franklin. And no, I'm not a Christian. I don't go along with Christianity. But I want to show you this. I have listened to all type of preachers. I have listened to all type of lectures and whatnot. During different time, during different, seasons and decades, because it helped feed my spirit. When I say feed my spirit, I get an understanding of the different mindsets, the different behaviors, and the different actions. Okay? So yes, I have listened to many of C.L. Franklin's sermons because he was a popular Christian preacher, and I want to know what he preached. Why did people flock to him? Okay? But in this particular sermon, I want you to hear him out because he said something about welfare system in the late 60s. And I want you to hear what he said in the late 60s. And if this was happening in the late 60s, okay, it's even that much more worse now today. Now I want you to listen to it.
We know that the welfare programs that we have don't make folk better. The government housing projects that have been provided have made man better. For man cannot live by bread alone. I recall as I was growing up as a...
Before he go into the story, as growing up as a boy, listen to what he said during the late 60s. Okay? I believe this sermon was preached in the late 60s. He said, even then, as a preacher, he was telling the so-called black people, welfare system don't make you better. He trying to wake them up. Even during that time. Listen, you becoming too dependent on welfare system. It don't make you better. It make you worse. It make you more dependent on your enemies. Now watch what he goes on to say about coming up in his childhood.
Boy, in Mississippi, when we didn't have any welfare program.
Let me rewind it back because I want you to catch it.
Made man better. For man cannot live by bread alone. I recall as I was growing up as a boy in Mississippi, when we didn't have any welfare program, and we didn't have any housing projects, and we didn't have any government subsidies. People were better then than they are now. Man cannot live.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what he said when he was coming up? Huh? Did you hear? Let's rewind it back.
Have any welfare program, housing projects. We know that the welfare programs that we have don't make folk better. The government housing projects that have been provided have made man better. For man cannot live by bread alone. I recall as I was growing up as a boy in Mississippi, when we didn't have any welfare program, and we didn't have any housing projects, And we didn't have any government subsidies. People were better then than they are now.
Did you hear that? Huh? And he preached it, like I said, I believe this summer it was preaching in the late 1960s. I could be wrong. Go fact check me. You see it up on the screen, Reverend C.F. Franklin, the suffering servant Messiah. But anyway, this was preached during that time. And he said when he was coming up, right, in the 40s, the 30s, I believe he talked about 1930. He said the people, the so-called black people, the so-called black man, the so-called black woman was better then when they didn't have no food stamp. They was better then when they didn't have no housing projects. They was better then when they didn't have no government assistance than they were during 1960s when they was getting these government assistance programs. If he is saying that then you know it's 10 times worse now. Huh? When you got women, I hate to harp on this, when you got women that talking about they a bad bee and telling men you don't deserve me, but their house is being paid by the government, Section 8. All that food is being paid by the government, food stamps, right? And they working, I hate to be negative, but they working a low-end job. And they talk about, listen, I got my own house. I got my own this and that. All of it's coming from the government. It had made people worse today than it ever have. Okay? And like I said, it's 10 times worse today than it was in C.L. Franklin Day. In C.L. Franklin Day in the 1960s, he was saying when he grew up, when they didn't have all of these programs, the people was that much more better. So what is you talking about, Kraig? Huh? Let me grab a couple of scriptures. Because this is what the scripture says. I don't want to hear nothing, no facts or no, data and all that. That stuff is only important when it's within its place. But when we talk about truth, the truth stands. Listen to this. Listen to what Apostle Paul said. Verse 8 of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Neither did we eat any man's bread for naught. You hear that? He said, I didn't eat any man's bread for naught. Other words, for free. I didn't get no help. If I ate something, watch what he goes on to say, but wrought with labor and travail 90 days, that we might not be chargeable to any of you. He's saying this as a man. Huh? He said, I ain't taking nothing for free. Now I get it. You sometimes you do run into a rough patch and you need some assistance. But that assistance is there to help you while you figure out what your next move is going to be. Not for you to become totally dependent upon it. Yes, I get it. This world, this place, this wicked system, this matrix system, this Babylonian system owe us reparations. But stop thinking you're going to get it. You're not going to be compensated for all the stuff that you have gone through. We're not going to be compensated for all the stuff our forefathers had to go through and do until the Most High Yahweh sent back his son, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, bring this place into order. Okay? Listen. Verse 9, not because we have not power, but to make ourselves an example to you to follow us. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat. As a man, you're supposed to be providing. As a man, you're supposed to be able to take care of yourself and take care of your woman and the kids. Okay? And do whatever you deem necessary to make sure they are good. Not be looking to no government, your enemies. Huh? I got a precept cut in my mind. We're going to go there, but let me go here first. Okay? And I responded in the comments on Corey Holcomb show. I responded. Listen to this. Wherefore, my beloved, as you are always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Here you go. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Huh? How you going to be looking to your enemies to help you out? And if they give you a few knuckles, a few shickers, you don't think they ain't going to take it away? Huh? How you going to become totally dependent on your enemy and don't think your enemy's going to take it away? That's ludicrous. I don't care how much they owe us. Yes, we know this damn country owe us. We know they built this country off the back of our forefathers. We know this country is stained in the soil, on the trees, what have you, with the blood of the saints. We know that. But if they ain't did nothing about it all this time, what make you think they gonna do it now? We can sit up here all day talk about they owe us reparations. We can sit up here all day talk about they built this country off our back. No, the scripture said, listen, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right, let me go to this. Acts chapter 3. And this is what we're supposed to be doing for our people. This is what we're supposed to be doing for our people. Listen, now Peter and John went up together. I'm at Acts chapter 3, verse 1. Into the temple, let me bring it down so you can see it on the screen. At the hour of prayer, being the night hour, and a certain man lame from his mother's womb was carried, whom they laid daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered to the temple. You know, this is how a lot of our people is today. We just like this lame man. We have allowed the government and all their incentive programs to make us lame. We have allowed the government to carry us everywhere. And now we don't do nothing but want to beg. When did we as a man and as a woman in the so-called black community get to the place where we want to beg all the time? Don't you know that Sirach chapter 40, the last few verses said it's better to die than to beg? Matter of fact, let me bring that up on the screen. All right. Because y'all think I just be talking. Let's go to, here we go, Sirach chapter 40. Listen, verse 28. My son, lead not a beggar's life, for better it is to die than to beg. You see that? It's better for you to die than to beg. You got all these people, please give us the government program back. Please give us the stamps back. The scripture says better for you to die, damn it. Why? Because it goes on, the life of him that depend on another man's table is not to be counted for a life, for he polluted himself with other men's meat. You see that? The so-called black people done got to the place where our life is dependent on the government's table and not to be counted for a life. We have polluted ourselves with this government system. Go back, man. Listen, this man was lame, and the so-called black people now become lame. Watch this, verse 3. Who seeing Peter and John about to go into the temple asked at alms. And Peter, fastened his eyes upon him with John, said, look on us. And he gave heed to them, expected to receive something of them. Then Peter said, silver and gold have I none. This is the problem. Y'all looking for a handout. Peter and John told him, we ain't about to give you no handout. Stop looking for the government for a handout. We ain't about to give you no handout. These was the preachers. These was the prophets of the Most High. Listen to what they did. Silver and gold have I none, but such as I have, give I thee. In the name of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach of Nazareth, rise up and walk. And he took him by the right hand and lifted him up. And immediately his feet and ankle bones received strength. And he leaping up stood and walked and entered with them into the temple, walking and leaping and praising the Most High Yahweh. You see what they did? Now they could have went in their pockets and gave him some silver and gold, just like the government giving you food stamps, just like the government giving you housing. These prophets, they could have did that. They said, no, that ain't your problem. Silver and gold ain't your problem. Your problem is you're lame and you depending on other people to do for you. So we're going to get to the root cause of your problem. We're going to give you what you need instead of what you want. You got too many people want these benefits, want this assistance, want handout. No, we are telling you, we're not here to give you a handout. The prophet unto nations ain't here to give you a handout. We're here to give you a hand up. And just like Peter and John did, we were trying to give you a hand up so that you can stand on your own 2 feet. That's what they ultimately told this man that was lame. So look at here, you begging. Begging ain't your problem. Having no silver and gold, having no money ain't your problem. Your problem is you're lame. Now it's time for you to stop depending on other people. It's time for you to stand on your own 2 feet. In the name of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, rise up and walk. And the scripture said that man got up and started doing for himself. Stop looking to our oppressors to help us out. Yes, we know they owe us this. Yes, we know they owe us reparations. Yes, we know they owe us housing and all this. Yes, we do that. But you got to stop looking for them to do for you what we are telling you you're able to do for yourself in the name of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Stand on your own 2 feet, black man. Stand on your own 2 feet, black woman. You could do it in Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Stop looking to the government. Look to the hills from which coming your help. That's what Psalms 121 said. Look to the hills from which coming your help. All your help comes from Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. I'm going to go to this last scripture and I'm going to close it down after this. Let's go to Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Listen to what it said. Never trust thy enemy. For like as an iron rusted, so is his wickedness. This system, these people that's in power, the elite, they are showing you they can't be trusted. So if you know they can't be trusted, why are you not doing what you need to do to stand on your own 2 feet? Why are you not seeking a hand up instead of a hand out? Why do you keep looking to them to do for you what you can do for yourself? Okay? They can't be trusted, and they showing you they can't be trusted. Never trust your enemy. Look to Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. All right. So I just had to come on here and talk about that right quick. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for you. Post this on 5150 so Corey Holcomb and Kraig can hear this. All right. Because we giving the truth out. Every time they put a podcast show up, we're going to take and glean from it and give you the truth. Okay. All right. Peace.